Hello, Krystal here. How are you? Let's do a little dance. It's been a long day. Some of y'all are still quarantining. How are you going? Krystal here, founder of Fearless Money Inc. And I'm all about money, wealth alignment strategist, right? I don't want to call myself a coach. I don't want to call myself a guide. I don't want to call myself any of those fancy titles. I'm a strategist because I'm all about wisdom and strategy when it comes to finances, right? So I wanted to just take this time really quick to challenge you. This is more for moms, because what I'm realizing is that as a mom myself and a married woman, I am like I'm not the head of the household, but I am very much the CFO of the household. I am the chief financial woman around this house. So most of the time, I'm the one who kind of makes final decisions about the money in our house. And I'm the one who implements things and kind of the foundation of everything. So when it comes to budgeting and, you know, going through the statements and our credit and making sure we have things in place that we need to keep us, you know, balanced well financially, but also to keep us in a place where we're going up, because we haven't always done that. And it took me a long time to get here to actually take on this role. But I'm not the breadwinner in my household, but I am the one who manages the money. So moms, we need this, because what I'm realizing is that I don't have a lot of conversation with other moms about money. So I'm like, there has to be a lack somewhere. Maybe it's my circle of people, which I can honestly admit to, or maybe it's the conversations that I'm having. Like, don't get me wrong, I have mentors and all of that great stuff, but to have conversations with other moms about how they're managing their household and have someone that I can converse with and share tips and wisdom and, you know, strategies and advice, and I'm doing this, why don't you try this? Or, you know, what are you doing to maintain the budget for your kids' clothes? Like, I don't have conversations like that. So I do realize that it's a need. So what I did the other night to begin to kind of get back in control of the money and tell my money where to go and get our household back together, because it's very important, because God says you have to be faithful in the small things, right? Because I know my purpose is to be very wealthy, but I'm not going to get there if I can't manage a little bit of money or the small income that we do have coming in. So I want to show God that as the woman of this household, as that Proverbs 31 woman, or as the backbone of this family, the matriarch, I want to be able to show him that I can, you know, we can do this as a family. So the first thing that I did the other night to begin to get my finances back and live a fearless money life and be fearless about my money and know that I am good, I don't have to worry about anything, I don't have to fear anything, I went through our bank statements, y'all. I went through our bank statements for the last 90 days. And when I tell y'all, my husband was really shocked about our finances. And I challenge you to do this, because, you know, we can get so caught up in the day-to-day life that we easily brush our finances and our money aside like it's nothing. But what we don't realize that is money, we need it, but it's not here to control us. We have the hands and the mindset to go out and get it and bring it to us by many different opportunities and options. But we find ourselves in a place, like, especially different communities, you know, African-American communities, we don't take control of our money. We don't remain in control of our money, and we'll go day to day like it's nothing. And I was tired of living that life. Like, I was tired of, you know, not knowing where the money is going, or it's gone before we get it, or, you know, these emergencies come up, or we don't have certain things in place. Had to pause right there really quick, add some quinoa on the stove. But I knew that we had to get the foundation in place, because if you know that you have a call or a purpose, there's a purpose for your family that is greater than the situation that you're in right now. You're going to have to take steps to begin to get to that place. We have so many dreams for our family, for ourselves, for our marriage, for our household. We have the dream of buying a house and, you know, this vehicle for our family and this business and this travel and this trip and this vacation. But we can't do all these things if we're not maintaining our money. If we don't know where it's going, if we're not telling our money where to go, then we cannot achieve these things. And I think it would really suck. I know for me, like, I think it would really suck if I don't live this life with my family when I know that I can. All it requires is discipline and changing your mind, changing your habits, changing your routine, changing the way you spend. But it all starts here first. It would suck if, you know, I sit back and I just live day to day and not really live life with my kids. And I think, you know, the times that we're going through right now, especially with Corona or COVID-19, this is going down in history for sure. This is an eye-opener for life. This is an eye-opener for finances. This is an eye-opener for every part of our lives as women, as moms, as wives, as business owners, as the seed. We're not the seed carriers, but we carry the seed to manifest here on this earth. But we have to get on our jobs. So the first thing I did was go through our finances for the last 90 days. Now, I will not lie. You know, when tax season comes along, people have plans before they get their tax refund. But then when they get it, all those plans go out of the door. The spending increases. You know, all of this stuff happens and we don't do what we're supposed to do. And I will honestly say, because I'm about being transparent, you know, in the past few years, like, we would do that. My husband and I, we would get this chunk of money and we would feel like it's balling season for us. You know, not balling like go spend it all, but, you know, there would be so many things that we needed to do or wanted to do that we would use this money to do that. So we didn't necessarily say, okay, with the refund, we're going to pay down this debt, or we're going to put this in the bank account as an emergency fund, or we're going to put this toward our deposit, or like this year we did. But I've been a mom now for 9 years, and the last 7 years, you know, I can truly say that I wasn't very smart with my refund, my husband or I. But it goes to show where we are and where we've grown, but it starts here first. So I'm just rambling, y'all, but I got our bank statements and I printed it out. I printed out our bank statements for the last 90 days. And this includes like the stimulus check and but most of the money, of course, is from my husband's income. So I just went through it. I took different color pens and I highlighted different things. Food, our expenses or bills, like retail, because I knew that food and retail was going to be the worst things on the list. And then like I highlighted my personal spending and my husband's personal spending. And some I haven't even finished going through, but that was the majority of it. And it was very interesting. And I showed my husband and I told him, I said, okay, so we have to get on top of this. We can't do this anymore. Like food, y'all, ridiculous. Like, and y'all don't beat me up, but on food alone, we've spent almost $1,300. That's not buying groceries. I'm sure a small portion of that, but eating out. And the thing about it is that it's the little things that eats away at your money. And that's so true. So when we think like it's the big chunks of things that we spend, like the big chunks of money that we spend, it's the small amounts where we feel like it's doing nothing, but it's doing the most damage. It's causing the avalanche in our lives, right? Had to change my background really quick, y'all, get some light. But so I was saying it's the little things that cause the avalanche in our lives, right? Like with anything that we do, it could be small habits that we think nothing of it. But anyway, So small chunks of money here and there, McDonald's, pizza. Like when me and my husband go out, we spend at least $20 minimum when me and him go to eat something. This is not sitting at a restaurant. This is like going to grab wings or Moe's or Chipotle. You know, we spend at least $20 and up for just me and him. So include our kids in that for McDonald's and all that, you know, the little spending, it causes an avalanche. And when I totaled it just for the last 90 days, almost $1,300. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because I'm here to kind of document my journey and share with y'all that we have to get this under control, because we're living in the moment, but we're not living to think about our future, which is our children. Like, I thought about it and I'm like, man, you know, like, that's crazy. You know what I could have done with them $1,300? Not saying that we're not supposed to eat, but if we were managing properly and shopping the right way, you know, like $1,300 just on eating out. This doesn't include us buying groceries and stuff. So, and I will admit, you guys, that, you know, having a new baby in the house, she's 4 months. And of course, the last 90 days was from March to June. The last 90 days, I went from the last week of March, I think, to now. And of course, she was 2 months old in March. She was 1 month old in March. And just getting used to adjusting. I'm not the mom where I had freezer meals put up and, you know, this meal plan and all of that stuff. Like, we had a new baby, COVID happened, and it happened. That happened. I was not expecting for my kids to be out of school, you know, for the rest of the school year while I'm home with a new baby. So that's the unexpected stuff that we have to plan for. So yeah, so I just want to challenge y'all to start getting your money in order for your family. And if you're like me, like you're waiting for your husband to jump on board, like, don't do that, because that can cause so much damage in the long run, because that was my story. But I'll do a whole nother video about that. But just go pull your finances, your bank statements for the last 90 days. Whether you have a joint, and this is just me and my husband's joint account. This doesn't count his separate account. This doesn't count cash. This doesn't count, you know, any other accounts that we have. This is just our joint account together. And we spent $1,300 on food. Out of that $1,300, I think $100 and y'all. So I mean, I'm not ashamed, but I'm aware. I'll say that I am aware now. $140 of that was coffee. And then when I went back through it, I skipped a few little coffees here and there, but $140 of that was coffee. You know, I don't count our tithes because we have to pay our tithes. In retail alone, this is just, and this is not all of the retail on here. This is just mainly Walmart, Target, and Sam's Club, which we frequent quite a bit. We spent $2,000, pretty much $1,946.82 in the last 90 days. On what? I don't know, but I will honestly say that my husband, when he gets off from work in the mornings, he would be in Walmart. He was in Walmart like every morning. And then of course, like, we don't plan for when our kids need clothes and stuff, which I really want to learn how to do that, because as your kids grow, you just so happen to realize that, oh man, they can't fit these shoes anymore. They can't fit these clothes anymore. So it just happens. Then you find yourself in the store when you go for a quick trip, and I'm spending $30 or $40 on, you know, the little onesies and shorts and things like that, you know, but that adds up. So there should definitely be a budget for the children for clothes, because they're going to continually grow. And then we have school coming up, and it is what it is. So, you know, that plays a part. And then just like our regular needs in the house, cleaning products, toothpaste, all of that stuff. But when it comes to that, looking through my bank statement, this is where we have to keep track of it, because once we go spend $20, $30, $40 in Walmart, say I did it today, I need to go and write that down somewhere and say, okay, I spent $40 in Walmart today and this is what I bought. So when I do go back and look, I'll know what categories I'm spending on the most. So this is my next challenge out of breaking down my finances for the last 90 days. What else? Yeah, so like just my husband's stuff, like he has 3 things that I noticed that showed up significantly in our statements. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know, because I would ask him like, what is this? Like, why is this going? Where is this going? But $500 pretty much, to round it off, $500. And part of that is for his car that he's constantly working on. So we have to be able to break these things down and know what it's costing us in the long run if we don't begin to manage our money and get it under control. And I just have a heart for families right now, because this is way before, you know, we got into these times of COVID and all of this, and nothing is going to be the same. But what are we going to do without money? We don't want to imagine our family homeless, but we also don't want to, like, if you don't like your current circumstances right now, what are you going to do about it? And this is one of the first places to start. So I challenge you to join me in getting your finances under control. If you're a mom, and no, you are a mom if you're watching this video, you have a family, you're married, you're a mom of multiple children, or even if it, you know, you have children, you're maintaining your household, and you're mainly the one who manages the finances, because I realize that that's mostly what it is most of the time, is that it's the woman, and we kind of just run everything across our husband, or we have, you know, weekly meetings about money, and it is what it is, right? So, and if that's not your case, one of us somebody has to get it under control. So just let it be you and suck it up, sis. Okay? Do that. Go print your statements out for the last 90 days. Go through everything and just get an understanding of where your money is going. If you want that house for your family, you'll do this. If you want a new car, you'll do this. If you want to just save, one of my goals to save, if you want to be able to pay extra on your car payment, or you want to be able to put a little extra aside for savings or this emergency fund or a trip, you have to start here. You have to know where your money is going first so you can get it under control, so you can be able to move forward. So this is my mom and money situation right here, and I want y'all to join me. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Don't like, you know, come after me about this, but I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this and how we're doing. I didn't break down all of the numbers, but I kind of gave y'all an idea of where we're at. $1,300 on food, sis. That's just eating out, and that's little things here and there that turned into an avalanche. And these are the things that eat up your money and eat up your budget. And you don't even, like, that's crazy, y'all. That's 3, just retail and food. 2, 3. I mean, yeah, that's like almost 30. I would just round it to like $3,400. $3,400 on retail, spending in the store, and just eating out. That's not buying groceries and cooking in my house. I am appalled. So just thinking about if I was budgeting that and knew what went where and how it should go, it wouldn't even be like that. You know, I probably could have made some extra payments on my car. You know, we could have had like, you know, $500 set aside for something. That could have been money, you know, well, I don't know what's going to happen with school, you know, this year, but it for the children, period, a fund for them, for when we need to buy them things, because we know that that's never going to stop. So just think about it. Just think about what you're doing, where your money is going. And if you don't like the way your financial situation feels and you feel like it's controlling you and you're not in control of it, sis, join me in living this fearless money life, okay? Because we have to do this for our children. We're talking legacy. We're talking rebuilding our family. We're talking changing the narrative of our family. We're the wealth builders. We're the wealth carriers. And you probably know deep down inside that you're that person. I know for me, I'm the person that carries the wealth, and I have to do what I have to do for my family and suck it up. Do I like how it feels all the time? No, but if I want what I want, then I'm gonna do what I have to do. So if you're gonna join me in this challenge, let me know. Comment below wherever you're watching this at. Let me know, and let's do this, okay?